came back last night from a perimeter trail hike at East Fork Lake in Ohio, and prior to going on this hike, I wanted to get a little bit of information. I had a little bit of trouble finding many resources online, so that's why I'm doing this video. So if you're planning on doing this hike, you might want to grab a pencil and write some of this stuff down. Okay, before you go on this hike, you want to go to the Camp Austin Get Trail map. This is mine. What's left of it. Very helpful. It's $3 in the gift shop. And you're going to want to go during the week because there's nobody there on the weekend. On the back they have some horse trails, which also will be helpful when you get to the north side of the lake. Trail conditions. I went in early March and there was a little bit of snow melt going on, and the trails, over half of around the lake was totally muddy. I'll put a picture up to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, something that you're going to want to know about the blazes. For the perimeter trail, you're going to follow the green blaze. Sometimes you'll see a double blaze like this. If it's stacked like this, where the one on the right is higher, that means you're going to be coming up on a right-hand turn. Something that I didn't realize, and I wish I had, was there's quite a few streams that you're going to have to cross, including a river, and there aren't any bridges, so you're going to have to get across any way you can. There were a number of times when we had to strip down the underwear, put the Crocs on, and walk through it. If you don't have some Crocs or something like that you can slip on, it might be a good idea to take some. I didn't have any. Fortunately, my brother did, and we made it work. We kind of shared a pair. Okay, so I'm just going to go through the map here and give you my general impressions on things. I started off at the camp office there at the trailhead. From mile marker 1 to 3, it was a swamp. There's no getting around it. You can't walk on the trails because it's horrible. From about 3 all the way around to about 11 was not bad. We stopped at camp number 2 and had lunch. The first significant stream crossing that we had was at mile marker 6, Poplar Creek. Then we had another one at about mile marker 9. It was about knee high. It was too high to go across with boots on. We spent the night at camp number 3. I'd never been to camp 3. I thought it was pretty nice. There's a pond right there, so you don't have to haul all your water in. You can pump right there. Also, if you stay at camp 2, that's right by the lake, you can pump there. Also worth mentioning, the privy areas. At camp number 2, you can't miss it. Camp number 2, if you walk across on the other side of the pond, you'll find where it used to be. There's a couple of holes in the ground where the building used to be. I don't know if it burned down or what. Okay, so moving on from camp 3, the whole eastern side of the lake is really good hiking. You're walking kind of on the perimeter of the park boundary there. Now when you get the crossing between 18 and 19, on the map it shows a double, kind of like two creeks running alongside each other. That was pretty much a river, and that was significant. That was the biggest challenge that we had to get across. It was about waist deep, and the water, it was snow melt, so it was absolutely freezing. Okay, so once you get up around mile marker 19, you're going to start getting a lot of bridle activity, and the horse is absolutely destroyed. That whole north side of the lake, all the trails are destroyed. So you're going to be walking through mud. Most of the time you're not going to be able to hike right on the trail. You're going to have to hike through the side of the trail where all the briars and all that we had done is when we got up around 21 by the campsites, we just walked the road. So we walked the road all the way up to past the campground office and then got back into it. The stream around 23 wasn't bad at all. Generally, the trails are blazed pretty well, with a couple of exceptions. One of those exceptions is somewhere around halfway between 23 and 24. We were following the green blazes, and then we started seeing blue blazes with the green. The green blazes weren't supposed to be there with the blue blazes. So if you see blue blazes, turn around. You're going out of your way. We ended up going about a mile out of our way, hiking into the night, and then we spent the night at Camp 4. Camp 4, the privy area is across the creek. Worth noting, our second night we started getting ill for some reason, and my brother was vomiting and everything. So the next morning we were hiking in the rain, and we went up to Greenbrier Road, or mile marker 25. Hiked to 26, we just stayed on the road, and then we really got turned around when we went back into the green trail, the green blaze. And we ended up back where we started from. If you follow Greenbrier Road, past Fawn Lane, you'll find on the left-hand side, there's like a pavilion, some picnic tables, a little restroom area. It says private property, no trespassing. That's a good place to take a break. If you walk the road to that point, there's a little service road. If you walk about 100 yards down the service road, maybe 60 yards, the green blaze picks up on the right side of the road at mile marker 26. At this point is when we pulled the plug on our trip because we were both not feeling good and sick, and it was raining and it's just not worth it. When we got back to the park office, there was a ranger there, and I had asked him about the Miami River crossing, how bad that was, and he said it could be bad sometimes. You just kind of have to walk downstream a little bit and see if you can find a better place to cross. That's around mile marker 28. I also asked about if we take the green or the blue blaze trail. It looks like it goes on Slade Road over the dam, and that's a spillway, so there's not really much crossing that. So the best chance of crossing is at 28, stay on the green, and then just find a place to cross the river. And since we didn't actually hike from 26 to 32, I can't say how the trails are, or how those creeks on the bottom side are crossing. Anyway, I wish you luck if you're going to hike this. I would suggest, based on my experience, if you're going to do it later in the summer when it's drier, because the trail conditions were mostly horrible. Anyway, leave me a comment if you found this useful or have any other suggestions to add. Thank you very much.